When it comes to putting up houses and structures, we're all familiar with the traditional means and materials used. But with the advancement of technologies, better alternatives become available to us. And one of these is the SRC panel system. Lightweight and economical, steel-reinforced concrete or SRC is a modern building material alternative to concrete hollow blocks. With its special properties and underlying technology, SRC paves the way to a new kind of building construction material, faster, more economical, and allows for a much safer structure.
Our product, the SRC panel system, is a construction system wherein you use a steel mesh welded together and has a Ep.S core. It is a Korean and Italian technology tweaked for Philippine use. We believe that this system is a superior alternative to hollow blocks.
We have this interlink system which are made integrated into a construction material because of this cement plaster.
What happens is we bring in the steel wire rods and then we stretch it. So we make it thinner. It becomes a stronger frame. From 35,000 PSI, it becomes over 100,000 PSI. We then make it into wire mesh frames, which sandwiches the Ep.S core. We then bring in the Ep.S beads, which we expand and make into block. We then cut these into specified thicknesses. We sandwich both the steel frames as well as Ep.S core and make it into the panel system itself. They are then injected with steel wires and welded together to make it very structurally sound product.
SRC boards provides tensile and compressive strength. This quality can be attributed to its Ep.S core. It separates and stabilizes the boards whenever there is compression, torsion, or bending, giving the material superior seismic and wind resistance.
It's very structurally sound, 3 times stronger than the traditional hollow block. It is also lighter, it's about 30% lighter.
The less weight your structure has, the more resistant it is to earthquake load. This is the contribution of the SRC panel to the technology of earthquake-resistant design. As to wind does not come from one direction only, it comes from all other directions. If it comes from this direction, it is this wire mesh system that resists the wind. Because of this concrete plaster system, it has sufficient mass to resist the strength of wind. The polystyrene core has a unique feature of being applied with a fire retardant compound. This was also tested at the UP Chemical Engineering Laboratory. It was established that it has a fire resistance about 2 to 3 hours. It should have the ability to evacuate people instead of being totally destroyed.
And that is not all. Aside from these qualities, the core also functions as thermal and acoustic insulation.
When we talk about thermal and acoustic insulation, the core has the properties to prevent heat loss.
The fire retardant Ep.S core acts as an insulator. Imagine yourself living inside a cooler, which retains the coolness of the temperature inside. At the same time, it blocks the heat coming from the outside.
The acceptability of this material will depend on how much we educate our builders, architects, designers as to the properties of this material. Because basically, when you look at it without knowledge on the materials, you really say that the CHB unit is stronger than this one. Still a lack of education because once you have this concrete plaster attached to this material becomes twice as strong as concrete hollow blocks. Ordinary concrete hollow blocks has design stresses of about 100 to 200 PSI, whereas this one, you can have stresses of about 700 to 1,000 PSI.
For contractors and developers, the panel system is a structurally stronger structure than one that uses hollow blocks. You can go as high as 3 floors without using the traditional posts and beams. For buildings, you can add additional floors because the panel systems are about 30% lighter than the traditional hollow blocks. You can increase the number of floors of your typical condominium or apartment building. To the homeowners, number one, again, of course, it all boils down to cost. The panel systems, because it's faster to build, it can save the homeowner up to 30% of their construction cost, as well as the construction time to build. And finally, it's more flexible than the traditional hollow blocks. With our panel system, you can bend it, you can make it into stairs, you can use it for your ceiling or for your floor or for your typical walls. You can use it for basically any type of structure or design that you want.
Most of the users of this panel are builders that are exposed to high technology, like builders of high-rise condominiums, high-rise building units, because they know the value of the material as to the reduction of weight.
Several of the buildings that you'll see in the Makati, CBD, BGC, Ortigas district uses our product. We also have schools, the Assumption, Xavier, Brent School. used our panel systems. Also for residential projects, a lot of the exclusive villages, the new homes being built are using our panel system product. The typical size of our product is 4 feet by 8 feet or 4 feet by 10 feet, but this can be customized based on your needs and wants.
The technologies of today have already brought us numerous innovations. They've opened up a lot of potential waiting to be utilized and explored. The SRC panel systems is one of those, allowing builders and homeowners to build superior structures in a way that is better and faster.